Hey, hey, hey! This is Kurt the Boat Doctor out here in this nice North River. Still runs really good. It's like an 06, 07. These are good boats with the 355.7. Anyway, I'm out here. This guy's getting a brand new Minn Kota Ulterra. Self-deploy spot lock. Really nifty. It'll always line you up in the current. Saves on juice instead of trying to keep it one way, you know, like against the current. Anyway, really actually pretty simple to use on this. But what I did is, you notice that green light's on right there. Okay, I turned that one on at the dock so I didn't have to unsnap the curtain, and I undid the ram, that little lock, to keep it down from bouncing. If you're just going a short distance, you know you're going to use that, just do this. You can turn it on, but like say you're going to go for a couple hours and not use this, then of course don't turn the power on and don't release that little lock up there, that ram lock. But all you have to do is, like say I didn't do that, you just open up the front, that little button right up front there on that bow mount. You see the green and the red light? The one to the left is the power off and on. You turn that on, then you undo that, then you come to the remote. Now this is the important part. This check is to turn it on and off, and it's like an OK button. So right now I'm going to hit this button once. It's going to say OK. Then you hit this little circle, and then to trim it, I could actually just hit this button right here. Go home. But first you have to deploy it. But from the factory they're coming where I can actually almost test them at the shop, because they're all the way up. They don't automatically trim down until you do that. So anyway, to deploy it, now here's the power on, remember, and then it'll go to this one little screen, and then you hit this. Okay, to make it simple, I'm going to turn this off again. You just hold the button, and again, make sure you turn the power on. You release that little rubber latch, right? Power's off, you just hit this check mark. It comes on, it says OK, you push this button. To deploy it, you hit this. This is the important part, not this one. So you get your finger up here, hit that twice, go 1, 2. See how it's deploying down? Now it should stop. Well, no, I've already trimmed it, so there you go, because I've already set this up. See how it's coming down by itself? And it'll go, you got to figure out how deep you want that. So what you do is you go below the bottom of the boat, try that, see what your speed is. Maybe go down a little bit more. If it picks up speed, maybe a little bit more, picks up speed, then there you go. You may have to bring it up until you get your top speed, and that's where you want to leave the trim. Now the trim, it says trim right here, so you can hit this button, the motor, the indicator, up and down arrows. So if I want to trim it up, I do that. I want to trim it down, I do that. So I'm going to leave it there because it did a pretty good job right about there. Now, if I want to power this thing up, I can see how it automatically goes back. See this little circle here? There's no little prop. So you hit that where the prop comes up, and it's already preset for 8. So now it's going to take off to where I had it. And now this is the steer button. So I'm going to wait until we go right here. There you go. And if you need help, like in heavy current, then what you can do is fire up that little kicker motor sometimes and just put it in gear, no throttle. And it'll help you keep in a straight line, and like if you're going east to west and north heavy wind comes up. So I'm going to steer it. Now to do the speed, now I'm going to put it in navigation. See this N? I'm going to steer it a little bit more over here and get lined up where I want to go. Right there. Now I'll hit the N, which is north, navigate, not north. Okay, see how it's moving? It's going to keep me going right there, autopilot, right? Now for your speed, you can go, see how it says 7? I can go up 8 right there. Okay, this is called cruise control. If I hit this, it's going to maintain this speed. See, I'll hit it right there, and you'll get these numbers popping up right here. Now I don't want that. I just turn that off, and then you can go 7, 9, all over. So now you can do this. I normally shut it off, but say I want a spot lock. I can leave everything like it is and just hit the spot lock button. See how it shut that motor down? See how it's spinning around? And then if you look at her speed, now it's still blinking. It takes a while in that Hummingbird to load up your GPS. So if you watch right here, it's going to spin us around where uses less juice. And then if you look at those 3 pylons right there, see how it's holding us right there? And every boat's going to handle a little bit different just because of the V of the boat. A deeper V is going to maybe dig and spin it more. Like see how we're sitting almost dead on and the current's going this way, the wind's going north, but it's keeping my bow right there. Now you get a deeper V though, and it'll probably turn it sideways with the current. So like this is a 12-degree hole, so it's keeping it pretty much here where the other boats would probably turn and you'd be sideways into these. But see, we're holding right there. So that's that. So now you want to get out of spot lock and stow it. Now I suggest you just turn it off. See how I'm down 1 mile an hour is holding us there. There's the pylons. I would say turn it off, get out of the spot lock. But here's what, say you forgot and you went to, let me see, well, you could do that. I doubt that you would, but say you push this button right here. See how it's spinning it? Now, normally, now you're gonna have to hit it again, one more time, and then it will stow. So if you happen to hit that, because this is what deploys and stows, this button right here, and it'll say right there. And see how it comes down right there? And if you ever get screwed up where this thing is straight up and down, which right now I want to deploy it. So remember, 2 times down, 1 time up, right? Then I'm going to turn the prop off. Whoop, see how it won't, nothing's going to work unless that thing's stowed. So I'm going to deploy. Remember, 2 times, 1, 2. See how it's deploying right now? And I've already set the trim. And then it's going to kick once it gets down, right about there, it should be stopping. Yep. Then I can just hit this and then my power's starting. So basically now I'll hit it on spot lock. Now this is a way you should, if you're ready to stow it and you're done, this is what you should do. Okay, it's trying to find its path. There you go. Hit this off to where that goes off. That turns that off. It kind of straightens your motor out. Then 1 push, right? Now, if you happen to push that twice because you thought twice when you put it down is twice up, it's not. But say you did that and it didn't go up and it stopped just like that, and you couldn't get it and you kept trimming the motor up and down, do not ever grab that and try to yank on it, okay? So now we deployed it, but if that ever happened to you where, God, what the heck, I can't get this thing to stow, turn the power off, turn the power off to this, turn the power back on, turn the power back on this, then hit this thing when you remember the startup procedure. I'll do that again just so you know, one more time. So this is off. It's a shutting down, it's off. Okay? Then of course when you do get back to the dock, then of course, you know, I ain't gonna undo this, but I can probably lock this through this front window right here. I could lock that now, but from where I'm going, it's not a big deal. I could just run it back right there and dock it and then lock it and turn the power off at the dock. But if you're going a long way, undo this, go out and just turn the power off. Now again, power on is the check mark. And it says okay, 1 click, okay? Now it says deploy. That's 2 presses, 1, 2. And wait, don't just automatically, give it like 3 seconds before you say, oh, why ain't the motor going down? Because if you expect it right off the bat and you push that button again, and I think that's where some of these people get in trouble. They push it and then it doesn't automatically, so they push it again. Now pretty soon they confuse the heck out of that motor. So you push it twice and just wait, okay? Now to stow it again, you just push 1 time on this button. And there you go. Then to shut it off, I'll wait until it comes all the way down. There you go. And then what you do is you turn it off, you hold the check mark where it says shutting down and you're done. And then since I'm right here, I could, if I wanted to, what I'm doing right now, oh, I got your hook on me too, huh? And then just spin this around here like this. and I don't have the strength in this hand anymore. Neck issues, you know. One of these days they'll figure it out. Hey, you know, if you had a long stick or something, I guess you could push here and push that power off if you wanted to, like a boat hook or something like that. Now, you know, matter of fact, I think I've seen one of those in here. Let's try that. That's kind of a cool idea. And get this hook off me though. Put that back right in here. Let's see. Yeah, here's a boat hook. Let's try this. See if this works. Boat hook. So instead of unsnapping that, I could just reach right there. I'm trying to see if it would work. Nah. One, two, three. Nah, I guess you gotta have, but something like that would work. You just gotta find something with a little softer, rounder point on it to get right in there. So anyway, when I get back, I'll shut it off. Then of course I'll shut his unit off, and normally 3 seconds shutting down. Okay, this is Boat Doctor, Minnesota, self-deploy, worked awesome. Boat Doctor out.